Welcome to Sri Chhatrapati Academy, Future Doctors. Welcome to the field of treatment. Okay. Now today, after a long time, I have decided to take a lecture on one of the beautiful topic of human physiology. Okay. You will be very happy to learn this topic because day to day life we will see many bleedings, etc. and etc. So today's topic will be very interesting to you. So take your notebooks and write down the important points which you like from this lecture. So before starting today's lecture, I will give you some motivation to do study. So this is the one of the best quote which I have heard given by Sir Albert Einstein, the inventor of theory of relativity. What he says is education is not the learning of facts but the training of mind to think. It is not about what we are learning, it's not about what is the fact or anything. It is only to make our brain cells active. Okay, this was a very important thought given by Sir Albert Einstein. So, I am very glad to introduce you to today's topic, that is hemostasis. So, my dear friends, what happens is my friends also, when I see, they are a little bit confused between the two topics, which are homeostasis and hemostasis. The difference is very little of 2 3 letters, but the meaning is very different. Homeostasis is the broad term which reflects the thermoregulation, which reflects all the maintenance of our body. It all comes under homeostasis. But hemostasis means not that. Hemostasis, what it is, we will see in the next slide the definition of proper hemostasis. We know when we play or when we do anything, we get injury, and after some time it becomes a clot. That clot becoming is a very simple process. We see it in few seconds, but the process is a cascade process, a stepwise process that we will learn in today's lecture. This lecture will be in two parts, part 1 and part 2. So let us start our part first. Okay. So, what is meant by hemostasis? The perfect definition. You have to learn this definition by heart. What is the thing is, what my friend do is that means first time I also did that only, nothing to say that, but you have to learn the definition as it is given in your reference books. You have to not make your own definitions. We can write paper on our own what we have understood, but the definition should be exact, proper definition, laws, theorems, all should be as given as. We have to not make any difference in this. So definition of hemostasis is as follows. Hemostasis is defined as arrest or stoppage of bleeding from the blood vessel. If you are getting injury, your blood vessels ruptures, and after that the arrest or stoppage of bleeding from that particular blood vessel is called as hemostasis. Very easy and understandable definition of hemostasis is in front of you. So how this hemostasis work, what are their stages, that we will learn in this slide. Stages of hemostasis. When a blood vessel is injured, the injury initiates a series of reactions resulting in hemostasis. There is a cascade process, I told you, that is, there is a series of reaction. So resulting in hemostasis, it occurs in three stages. First one is vasoconstriction, platelet plug formation, it is temporary process, and coagulation of the blood. It is a very third process. These first two processes we will cover in our this lecture, and this is the very important process that we will cover in our next video. This process is a cascade process in itself. So now first step. What is the thing is, when you get injured, what happens is your blood vessels constrict. How they constrict, what happens, what makes them constrict is when you get injured, you all know that there is a cascade of reactions. The our blood vessel injured, in our blood vessel there is an inner layer called as endothelium. Okay, when that endothelium gets injured, beneath it is a collagen layer. Okay, when this endothelium is get ruptured, this collagen gets exposed, and this exposed collagen attracts platelets towards them, and these platelets become activate, and that activated platelet secrete one of the best, one of the important chemical called as serotonin. Serotonin is a very important vasoconstrictor. Now let us check its diagram structure. Its structural formula of serotonin is like this. This is the benzene ring. Sorry. This is the benzene ring, OH group. NH is here. NH2 near double bond. This is the structure of serotonin. Okay. Now the structure. Now what is its IUPAC name is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-hydroxytryptamine. 5-HT. In short form, we write it as 5-HT. It is secreted by activated platelets and it vasoconstrict. It makes the lumen of the blood vessel narrow. So what happens? Its blood loss is avoided. Clear? Blood loss is avoided, and this vasoconstriction is purely a local phenomenon. What is local phenomenon? uh, Everywhere in the body there is no vasoconstriction. It is only at a particular place, right? It not in whole systemic circulation, but only the place where it gets injured. So it is only at that locality, so it is called as only the local phenomenon. Okay, now let us see what is the next. Now the next process is a very important process, and it is called as platelet plug formation. Now, as you know, as I told you, that when we get injured, endothelium is damaged, collagen get exposed, right? Now, when the collagen get exposed, platelet likes collagen, they loves collagen. Platelets run towards them. So, platelet get adhered to the collagen of ruptured blood vessel and secrete ADP and thromboxane A2. ADP is adenosine diphosphate, right? One phosphate less molecule than ADP. So it secretes these two chemicals. Platelet gets adhered and it secretes these two chemicals. Now what these two chemicals do? This chemical attracts more and more platelets towards them. As we know now, our friends, when one comes, all comes. It's unity. So platelets also have unity, and this is the reason because of their unity. These two chemicals. Now these two substances attract more and more. These two substances attract more and more platelets and activates them. All these platelets aggregate together. They form a clot, aggregate together, and form a temporary loose platelet plug. Platelet, all these form and they form a temporary loose platelet plug. But this platelet plug is not permanent. This is a temporary platelet plug. Hemostatic plug. Hemostatic means to stop the blood, stoppage of blood, which closes the ruptured vessel and prevents the further blood lost. Platelet aggregation, that what how the platelet aggregates towards the that clot or that injury is seen by PAF, which is platelet activation factor. It's accelerated by this factor itself. Now on the board you can see there is a one the image I have generated of the blood vessel. This is your endothelium, it is getting ruptured, and this is your collagen, and this collagen is getting exposed, and due to that expose, these platelets are getting adhered, right? Clear? It's very simple. Now what I have told you from the beginning, it's a very helpful diagram. In exam, when you told to write about hemostasis, write in a this table format, don't write in a paragraph format, nobody will check. But for your theory clearance or your concept clearance, read your books very well, but write like this. Now what I told you, injury to the blood vessels, right? Collagen, exposure of the collagen, right? Now one more term I missed it, what was the von Willebrand factor. Now when the collagen get exposed, platelet adhere towards the collagen, and this adherence is accelerated by this VWF factor. It is called as von Willebrand factor, which is a scientist given by scientist name. Now this adherence of platelets to collagen, then platelets get activation. There are three processes we have seen: vasoconstriction, platelet plug formation, and third one is prothrombin activated the coagulation process. This we will further study in our next session. Now, after activation of platelets, they secrete the ADP and thromboxane A2. This thromboxane A2 aggregates more and more platelets with the platelet activation factor, and this all make a platelet plug formation, and it is a temporary plug formation. After all this process also, if the blood loss is not stopped, then the third comes into the action, which we will see in our next lecture. So till that, stay tuned, keep studying. Thank you.